Let's get right into it. Number 8. Insulting praise. You've gotten a compliment that left you feeling like you just ate a sandwich filled with thumbtacks. That's the backhanded compliment, an insult that went to finishing school. Your coworker says, "Wow, you actually did a good job this time." Actually, this time, that's not a compliment. It's someone telling you your usual work is terrible. These people make you feel bad while technically being nice. It's like getting punched in the face with a velvet glove. A common one is, "You're so brave to wear that outfit," basically saying, "I wouldn't be caught dead in that," and you can't even call them out on it. If you say something, suddenly you're the bad guy who can't take a compliment. They might say, "Your new haircut makes your face look less round, so your face was a basketball before." These people think they're being clever. They're just being jerks with extra steps. Or, "You're so much nicer when you're not trying to be funny." That's not feedback. It's someone telling you your entire personality needs a reset. The delivery is always perfect, with a sweet smile. Meanwhile, you're wondering if you should say thank you or throw your coffee at them. They do this to feel superior without looking like the villain. It's emotional vandalism. They walk away feeling clever, while you're left questioning yourself. The trap is perfect. React and you're too sensitive. Don't react, and they keep doing it. Number 7. The kidding cover-up. Someone says something that feels like a punch to the gut. A real dig disguised as a casual comment. And when you flinch or call them out, they hit you with, "Relax, I was just kidding." Suddenly you're the one with the problem. You're too sensitive. You have no sense of humor. This isn't just a bad joke. It's a crafty form of gaslighting. A way for someone to say something nasty and then dodge all responsibility. They want to insult you but are too cowardly to own it. So they wrap their verbal poison in gift wrap labeled humor. If you react negatively, they quickly claim innocence. Wow, I guess some people can't handle a little banter. They land their hit but avoid any consequences. They're not apologizing for being mean. They're criticizing you for having feelings. It's like punching someone and then getting mad at them for bleeding on your shirt. Your friend might constantly joke about how messy your apartment is. Each joke stings, but if you say, "Hey, that's not funny," they reply, "Lighten up. It was just a joke." Over time, you start to question yourself. Maybe I am too sensitive. That's the gaslighting. You doubt your own feelings. This is a pattern of mean-spirited comments disguised as humor. The joker consistently denies the impact of their words. It's polite on the surface, but underneath, it chips away at your confidence. They always come out looking innocent, while you're left confused and hurt. A real joke makes everyone laugh. This kind makes one person hurt and everyone else uncomfortable. Number 6. Honesty as weapon. You know that person who drops a verbal bomb and then says, "I'm just being honest." They'll say, "Your presentation was a complete disaster," and then act shocked when you're upset. They're not being honest. They're being cruel, using honesty as the perfect excuse. When someone says, "I'm just being brutally honest," notice how they emphasize brutal. Honesty becomes their shield to say whatever nasty thing pops into their head. If you react badly, suddenly you're the problem. You can't handle the truth. They deliver the blow, then make you feel bad for bleeding. Putting you down makes them feel taller. Sometimes they're just venting their own frustrations. They position themselves as brave truth-tellers. Meanwhile, you're painted as weak. Their lack of basic decency becomes your character flaw. If someone tells you, "That presentation was embarrassing," you learn nothing useful. You just feel terrible. That's not feedback. That's someone enjoying their own cruelty. Real honesty doesn't need to hurt. You can tell someone their presentation needs work without crushing their soul. "Hey, I noticed a few areas where we could strengthen your presentation," is different from, "That was a disaster." Same truth, different delivery. One builds up, the other tears down. The brutal honesty crowd claims they're doing you a favor. They're not. They're doing themselves a favor, being mean without consequences. True honesty comes with compassion. It aims to help, not hurt. If your honesty leaves people feeling worse, you're not honest. You're just mean with a dictionary. Number 5. Not sorry. It's when someone apologizes and somehow you end up feeling worse. Like they just verbally patted you on the head while kicking you in the shins. That's the fake apology. The non-apology apology. The classic, "I'm sorry if you felt bad." That sneaky little "if" means they're not sorry they did something wrong. They're sorry you had feelings about it. Then there's, "I'm sorry you feel that way." The Swiss Army knife of emotional manipulation. It sounds polite, but it really means, your feelings are your problem. A favorite is, "Mistakes were made, but by whom?" The mistake fairy. It's never clear. This is the corporate special. And then the, "I'm sorry but," The but is the great apology eraser. Everything before it is just setup. I'm sorry I ate your sandwich, but it was just sitting there. Sometimes they minimize. I'm sorry if I seemed harsh. Not sorry for being harsh. Sorry you perceived it that way. These fake apologies are designed to make you feel guilty. You walk away thinking, wait, am I overreacting? It's verbal judo, using your need for resolution against you. They appear to do the socially correct thing. They said sorry, but they've done nothing. It's the participation trophy of apologies. Number 4, punishing silence. Someone suddenly stops talking to you. Not because they're busy or need to cool off. This is that icy, deliberate silence, the one where you know you're being punished. They might be in the same room, perfectly capable of speaking, but give you nothing. One-word answers if you're lucky, or they just look right through you. This isn't needing space. This is deliberate, punishing quiet, a powerful mind game disguised as nothing. On the surface, the person giving the silent treatment might look calm, like they're taking the high road, but it's often a calculated move. Instead of openly saying, I'm angry, they make you guess. They make you squirm. It's like charades, except nobody's having fun. And the answer is always, you screwed up. You're left replaying every recent interaction, wondering what you did wrong. Did you say something offensive? Forget an important date? Breathe too loud? This forced introspection makes you anxious and self-doubting. You might even apologize for something you're not sure you did, just to break the silence. That's the manipulation. The silence is designed to make you so uncomfortable that you change your behavior or give in. Sometimes, it's not just silence. It's evading or stonewalling. Blunt, one-word answers. Refusing eye contact. Mumbling. Constantly changing the subject. It's all designed to or give in. Sometimes, it's not just silence. It's evading or stonewalling. Blunt, one-word answers. Refusing eye contact. Mumbling. Constantly changing the subject. It's all designed to dismiss you and make any real conversation meaningless. The person dishing out the silent treatment feels a temporary sense of control, but for the target, it's deeply unsettling and damages self-esteem. While it seems passive, the punitive silent treatment is an active attempt to control, punish, and manipulate, all without saying a single word. Number 3, gifts with strings. You get a gift that feels like it came with a mortgage. This is the Trojan horse gift. Generosity on the outside, packed with emotional baggage. Your coworker shows up with an expensive watch for your birthday, making a whole production. I saw this and just had to get it for you. I know money's been tight, but you deserve something nice. Now you're wearing a watch worth more than your rent, and every time they see you without it, they give you that look. The, I spent a fortune on that watch look. You're checking the time constantly, not because you need to, but because they might see you without their emotional shackle on your wrist. Or your neighbor gives you a brand new lawnmower right before asking you to watch their 7 cats for 2 weeks. It's hard to say no after they just gave you the Lamborghini of grass-cutting technology. Some people give you something they like. Here's a signed jersey from my favorite sports team you've never heard of. Now you have to display this thing like it's precious. The gift becomes a test. Are you grateful enough? Using it enough? Did you post about it online with enough enthusiasm? It's like being in a relationship with someone who keeps score. Real gifts don't come with terms and conditions or an invisible contract. A genuine gift makes you feel good, not like you just got recruited into a guilt-based pyramid scheme. Number 2, worry weaponized. You're excited about starting a new business. You share your plans, and someone leans in with a worried expression. I totally support you, but I'm just concerned you might be taking on too much. You've really thought this through, right? I'm only saying this because I care. This sounds helpful, but it's weaponized worry. These people pretend to be on your side while actively trying to tear you down. They wrap their criticism in fake worry, like a wolf in sheep's clothing. They show up when you're making progress, starting with phrases like, I'm on your team, but then poke holes in everything. A community group wants to save a local library. A concern troll appears. I love libraries too, but your petition is a bit aggressive, don't you think? I'm just worried about the cause. They sound supportive, but undermine the entire effort. This manipulation puts you in an impossible position. Push back, and you look like the bad guy who can't take constructive criticism. Who gets mad at someone who's just worried? These manipulators plant seeds of doubt. The concern is a Trojan horse, carrying criticism and doubt straight into your confidence. If someone's concerns always discourage action, always make you second-guess yourself, or always leave you feeling deflated, that's a concern troll. Real friends voice genuine worries differently. They offer solutions, not just problems. If someone's helpful advice always leads to inaction, or derails productive conversations. That's not concern. That's sabotage dressed up in polite language. They're not trying to help you succeed. Number 1. Victim power play. You've met someone who always has a sob story ready, especially when you need something, or when they're being called out. This isn't always genuine distress. Sometimes it's a calculated move. Weaponized vulnerability. You need to talk to a coworker about consistently missing deadlines. As soon as you bring it up, they launch into their terrible week. Sick cat, car troubles, how overwhelmed they are. Suddenly you feel like the bad guy for even mentioning work. You back off, feeling guilty. Mission accomplished for them. They've dodged accountability. This tactic works by making you feel obligated, guilty, or overly sympathetic. Manipulators using this ploy exaggerate or invent hardships to control your emotions and actions, hijacking your natural empathy. It's a polite mind game because they just seem like they're struggling, and nobody wants to be mean to someone who's already down. But the timing is key. Their vulnerability conveniently surfaces when they want to avoid responsibility or gain an unfair advantage. Think of the friend who always has a crisis on payday when it's their turn to chip in. They're not looking for solutions. They're looking for you to drop your expectations, give in, or excuse their behavior. It's a passive way to exert control, making you walk on eggshells around their supposed fragility, turning your compassion into their weapon. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.